Alright. I'm live too.
Alright. I'm ready to go if y'all are ready to go.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got shit
I'm
going on
ready.
today, son. Alright, well, before we get started with today's episode of the Thunderdome Podcast, episode 22, Radio Kid will not be joining us. He is smoking his meat. I'm kidding, obviously. He is smoking a brisket, though. He is kind of getting ready for some stuff going on later today. But he might hop in, so if we do, we'll be graced by his presence, and then we'll go on from there. Without further ado, though, Austin, you should take us in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thunderdome Podcast.
Well, anyway, real quick, we'll do introductions, and then we'll do our little
I'm Lord of the
beginning
Rings.
show banter.
I'm just in time for TV.
And it's your boy, Donut081893. Glad to be back. We took a week off. How you guys been? How was the family? How's all the things? I see the cat in the background.
Yeah, we got both of them.
Mr. Lord of the Reams has both his pussies present for the world to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad things have been good. The family's doing well. All the things are going well.
Yeah, everyone's doing good. Just had Father's Day on Sunday and cooked some.
Nice.
Justin and I cooked steaks, and it turned out really good.
I saw that. How do y'all cook your steaks?
Tried to do medium rare, but it turned out good. Everyone liked it. Yeah.
Listen, man. It's hard to fuck up steak. Like it isn't, but it is. It's I don't know, but I like it. So, definitely, man. We did take off last weekend for Father's Day, and I know most of us were also just kind of doing our own things. Like I said, I've been in a new job, so I've been sort of learning the ropes of that. And that's interesting. But we got a good episode. We got a lot of news. We got a lot of things happening in the world since we missed a week. So I guess we can go ahead and I'll let y'all take the reins. We got sports. We'll start off with sports.
All right. Rangers still suck.
Yes,
For
the
the most
Rangers
part.
still do.
They're
suck.
winning some and they're losing some, but they're not doing great.
I don't really know anybody on the team still. Everybody's leaving or talk about leaving. The Dallas Mavericks, the GM Donnie Nelson and head coach Rick Carlisle, both left, parted ways.
But
And
Matt,
Celebration.
Can I caveat?
yes, go ahead.
Can I caveat that? You got Jason Kidd as the motherfucking head coach now, baby.
And an executive, a former executive for Nike. I think that's what it was.
I mean, I give a fuck.
As our
about that
GM.
guy. I just like Jason Kidd.
Still won't make
the
y'all
coach
any
again.
better.
I mean, I
I
do
don't know,
like
well-
Jason Kidd but seeing him with his like his coaching experience that he had with the Bucks and then with the Knicks, I think it was after that.
Well, I like seeing a former player come back and be a coach. I always think it's kind of cool to see that you have they've played the game and now they're going to coach the game, and it's kind of cool. So, like I said before the show,
Jason Kidd
today's
already
coffee.
coached the Nets.
Yeah, but he didn't coach the Mavs, and he played for the Mavs for the longest time, man.
We shall see.
Today's
Probably
coffee
does.
is brought to you by Chimera Coffee, just so you're aware. It's a good
Chimera
coffee has a Kimera, Chimera Coffee. It's got a cool blend of nootropics, however you fucking say that word. A little less caffeine, so it doesn't give you just this dump of the jitters and kind of shakiness and whatnot. But it does release it's more like, it gives you more like actual more natural stimulants that will help with focus. It'll help with attention, and it'll help with the long release of caffeine and energy. So you're not just like for 2 hours you're not just like a cokehead or a crackhead, whatever, running around, and then like 2 hours later you're tired. You know what I mean? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
um,
It does
So-
the job.
I like it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think some people even use it to like before they go to the gym.
Really?
Yeah, some people use it before they go to the gym, man. I don't know what to tell you. They just do. They're like, you know what, I'm gonna use it before they go to the gym. Have a little bit because it also like again, it's like having well, like well, on its one, plenty of these like supplement companies release like mental focus stimulants, right? And they're nothing crazy. They help you. They help you kind of stay a little more on your toes and a little more quirked up for longer. It's not just like I'm having this overflow of energy and caffeine and then you crash. And some people do take those types of things before the gym. So people will drink this coffee before the gym. In fact, if you go to a lot of their Instagram or Facebook posts, a lot of them kind of paint this picture of like people do this before they go be physically active. So it's kind of cool. It is interesting to see that in a coffee. But anyway, I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut off Justin. I meant to bring our non-sponsored sponsored product of the day, the shout out of the day. But
It
anyway,
is okay.
continue with the Mavericks head coaching bit.
So the Mavericks head coaching bit. So Rick Carlisle is going to go to the Pacers, surprisingly.
Really?
Okay.
So he'll be at the Pacers, new head coach. Even though they were talking about him going to Portland, but Portland wants Chauncey Billups, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, nothing's finalized on that.
No. Well, I mean, I think this would be a good chance to see if this is the problem, the fault of the coach or the fault of the players. You know, like easily could show like maybe Rick Carlisle is a bad coach, or maybe he's just not what the Mavericks needed at the time. But
Yeah.
and so we'll see. I mean, everyone says people like Austin like to talk a lot of shit, so it's okay.
Yes, especially when it's something
If
about
other
the
people
Mavericks.
talk shit to me, I talk shit back.
You just like the wrong teams. It's okay. All right.
No.
We still love you.
I like
we still
my
want you to do great things. Well, yeah, of course you like your teams. You're
Teams, not things.
not, you know, don't know if you're like mentally all there. You might be out to lunch because of some of the teams you like, and I've seen them.
Well, I'm just looking forward to football season.
Oh, dude, me too.
Can't come fast enough with all the new pickups we got and new additions as well. And
Yeah,
I'm interested.
right.
And plus,
Yeah,
with the shorter preseason, like 3 games.
yeah. Let's see. Anything else in sports though?
Let's see. You got, of course, hockey going on.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Lightning beat the New York Islanders, and now the Lightning is going back to the finals, back to back.
Very nice. I think.
And then, okay, so then you got Montreal Canadiens, who also beat the Vegas Golden Knights on Thursday in overtime. So now
Good for
it's going to be
them.
the Canadiens and Lightning. I'm going
Yeah.
for the Canadiens.
Are you?
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm
I saw the
Morgan.
memes. I saw some of the memes of it.
Everyone say
where
hi
it's
to
like,
Morgan. He's here.
I'm Morgan. I don't have my Twitch up. If
I'm
you try to go to
Morgan.
mine, I just said fuck it.
Yeah. So game 1 is actually I think it's tonight. Oh wait, no. Sorry, Monday.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm playing Halo at the same time, guys.
Oh, it's all good. There's nothing important. I mean, the stars are not in it, so
I don't think anybody can hear me in my stream or anybody's stream.
Yeah.
No, I died.
my Streamlabs
I've
is
been talking
picking you
this
up.
whole time, and I don't think anybody can still hear my stream.
Oh my god. I had such a good spot if I just hung out there and hid, but I had to get some shots off.
Nice.
Um,
Everyone can hear you on my stream. I'm sure I can pick my Streamlabs is picking you up.
Is it?
um,
Yeah.
apparently.
And Morgan hears you, so you're good. For my end.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Let's say who's all in your Streamlabs that's hearing me giggle like a schoolgirl while I get killed in Halo 5.
I mean, everybody can hear y'all. Just nobody can hear me. I don't think.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
But other than sports, still got nothing really going on besides that. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah.
Besides
Well,
your Mavericks getting your new edition.
Yeah. You know, it'd be really cool if you supported your own hometown fucking team, but I don't know.
I do.
I
It's
guess
not
you're
the
like,
Mavericks.
no, you're not from Houston. You're not from San Antonio. You're not from any other country or country. Might as well be a country in Texas.
It's still in Texas.
You're not. Yeah, you're not another fucking city. You're born and raised in Dallas. You weren't born and raised in Houston. You weren't born and raised in San Antonio. You weren't even kind of raised in either of these places. You're just like, I like their team better. Fuck off,
Pretty much.
you
One,
disloyal
two.
bastard.
Still Texas teams. So or it's
It
Texas
doesn't
team.
matter. We don't support. First off, we should never support Houston because people that generally support Houston
San Antonio.
are garbage. San Antonio is okay. I support San
Houston.
Antonio.
I don't
but
like any
support
Houston
them over. I don't support San Antonio over the fucking Dallas teams, guy. There's
It's
this
okay.
thing called loyalty.
Everyone has their own thing. I like my teams. You like your teams. We all move on. Live life.
I never understood because there's people that are like, oh, I'm from Detroit or I'm from another city. Oh, they're like, I cheer for a team of a city I've never even been from. Like what? And they're like, oh, the Eagles or the fucking, the Lions, the Cowboys. People do it for the Cowboys too. They're like, oh, I'm from. There's a joke in the show The Ranch, the Ashton Kutcher show with Sam Elliott and a few other people, and it was like, oh, I'm from Detroit, so naturally I'm a Cowboys fan. I was like, what the fuck?
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought it was funny, but
Didn't that show get canceled?
I don't know if it can. I know the guy who played Rooster, who was also who was he in that 70s show? He was the guy that never gave a fuck.
Yeah.
He
I don't remember his name.
taken out.
I know
Yeah,
you're talking about,
you know who
though.
I'm talking about.
I think isn't he like in
Maybe
jail?
Cal?
And you're like, what?
Isn't he like in jail?
I don't know if he's in jail. I don't actually know what happened to that guy. I just know there was sexual assault or harassment allegations leveled towards him, and they canceled him off the show for that while the charges were pending. Like, well, the charges are pending. I guess it was just a PR stunt. It was like, well, we don't want this guy to be seen being affiliated with our show, or making people think that we support what he did, or even the allegations of what he might have done. And it's like, well, I mean.
Oh, Hyde. If that makes any
Yeah,
if that
Hyde. Thank
rings
you.
a bell.
Thank you. That guy. That fucking dude.
Yeah, that dude.
That guy fucking his character, the actor that plays him, he's also Rooster in The Ranch. He had some allegations. I don't know if the show outright got canceled. I know they haven't been making any new episodes or seasons for a while, so kind of it gives the idea, the air, the thought that it might have gotten actually canceled. And now it's just kind of like,
I mean, it's on Netflix though,
yeah.
but I mean, I believe, I think I got.
they just stopped. I think it ceased production is what it was, because I think they kind of came to a formal end of the show at the end of the last season, because they kind of had the happy ending. Everything was okay for the most part. They kind of closed the book on it just to be like, we got to be done with the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I watched
it
it.
yet.
And it was alright.
Yeah, I love the show. It was a great show. It started off funny and then got a little too serious in the end seasons. It was like, okay.
Not really.
I thought it was funny in the beginning. But then again, you like the
but
fucking,
that's
you
what
like-
happens
you watch
sometimes
things
with
like,
shows.
You watch shit like The Office. So I don't know what to tell
Yes,
you.
that's the greatest
So
show ever. I watched it a
That is
million
not
times.
the greatest show ever. The Office
it
is
is.
oh my god, it's so boring. It's such a
Have you got to
stupid
watch
sense
all
of
of it? You
humor.
can't just.
I don't want to
You
watch
can't
all-
just
I can't
stop
get through
after
all
the
of it. I'm
first
like, this is
episode of the first
stupid.
season.
This is stupid. I didn't watch the first episode of the first season. I watched like the first season or two. Not all at once.
You
but I
gotta
sat
keep
there and
going.
watched all of it.
Yeah, you gotta-
No,
you gotta keep
it's
it
so
going.
awful. It's so boring.
How dare you?
It's such stupid humor. It's meant for boring, gray, just blobs of amorphous nothingness who also appreciate blobs of amorphous nothingness, making stupid jokes that aren't funny and being like, I'm comedic.
Yeah,
I am
Parks
funny.
and Rec
It's like, no, you're not.
is okay, Morgan.
Parks and Rec is amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck you. They're just like, oh, it's the show that rivals ours. We can't support it.
No.
I'm still in the process of watching that show.
Parks and Rec?
stopped.
Yeah.
It's not on Hulu or
It's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
It was on. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, so they
At
took
least
it off
it
and put it
should
back
still
on.
be, as far as I know.
Well,
been on
when
Comedy
did you
Central.
last check? Because the last time I checked Hulu or Netflix for Parks and Rec, it wasn't there, and that was maybe a month or two ago. I went to check for it, and I was like, I don't see it. It's not around.
Well, I was kind of in the
So-
middle of watching it just because it's not
Well, they're
bad.
probably in the.
I
It's a
got bored
great.
of it.
Listen, I think it's a funny show. I think I will concede there are parts of The Office that are funny.
Yeah.
Parts.
Thank you
Parts.
yeah. That's. I mean that. Yeah.
Better than
I guess, yeah.
nothing, but it's
it's
not on
better than
Netflix
nothing.
anymore, apparently.
That's better than saying like I hate it. I hate everything about it.
It's not my brand of humor. I will say that. It is not my brand of humor. That is more opinion than anything. I just don't find it to be all that. It's not that knee-slapping funny. I don't belly laugh when I watch it. It's like, okay. It's the same thing with Friends. Friends is kind of funny here and there. It's not this hilarious knee slapper that'll leave you gasping
I've
for
still only
breath as
seen
you laugh so
bits
much.
bits and pieces of that.
I like
Friends?
it. I've
Yeah.
seen all 10 seasons.
Yeah, it's a classic show, but it's not. It's. I would put it on as background noise to going to sleep back when I lived in the barracks in the army. I'd put it on in the background and I'd fall asleep to it.
Well, I know you're not the only one. There's
Yeah.
a few people that don't like Friends, but I mean,
Well,
I don't
listen,
dislike it.
Classic show. Classic show. Everyone knows it, right? No one doesn't know Friends. Even if you don't like Friends, you know Friends. It's the same thing with fucking The Office, because everyone's like, I love The Office.
Yeah,
Whether
if
or
you
not
don't know
you
those
love The
shows, then you're not
Office.
from the earth.
Here.
Yeah, if you don't know those shows, I don't know what you just don't have cable or something, or you never had cable, or you don't have Netflix or Hulu now, since everything's a streaming company thing. There's no longer actual show broadcasts. It seems there are, but not really. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone likes and dislikes their own shows.
I'm just saying there are people that say they don't like Archer, and I just think they have no sense of humor, or their sense of humor is boring and lame and very PG rated. That is one thing I will say is PG rated, this squeaky clean, family friendly humor. I'm not necessarily a fan of it because it just never has any zing. None of the jokes really hit. It's okay, I guess. It's kind of maybe you chuckle, you're like, okay,
Wait, what
cool,
show
man.
was it? Sorry, I kind of.
Well, Friends or even parts of Parks
It's just
and Rec.
I mean,
or The
not
Office.
every episode's funny, but it's. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm saying
it-
PG, squeaky clean, family-friendly
that-
humor is sometimes okay. You can get away with a lot of underhanded jokes that still resonate, but what I'm saying is in a lot of these squeaky clean, family-friendly, PG, no offensive language used types of shows, no suggestive humor used types of shows, the jokes don't have a lot of zing. That's why I like shows like Archer and Letterkenny, where they're not afraid to swear a little bit and tell dirty jokes and get a little out there with their humor. It's it doesn't need to be. You don't need to think that your toddler is watching this show over your shoulder. And even if they are, fuck them, hit them. They shouldn't be. They should be doing chores or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Go clean the yard, son. What are you fucking doing watching TV over my shoulder? This is my time to not have to deal with your toddler babble. Just general childhoodness.
Nice.
But fucking, I don't know. It's not a horrible show. I would say How I Met Your Mother's a good show, though. Can we all agree on that at least?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Sometimes a little annoying. With
I
Ted.
always start watching it, and then I stop. I don't know why. I always stop for a while, and then I forget
Well,
what
once
episode
you-
I'm on, so then I have to restart it again.
Well,
But
once you
at
get
some
to
point soon, I will start it up again and
yeah,
at least continue to watch it.
Now's a good time,
It's-
Austin.
it's a great time. I was gonna say it's a good
we're
show.
off for 2 weeks.
I would say it's a good show, but sometimes I will say it is a little annoying with Ted's character.
I
Neil Patrick Harris in that show, awesome. Kobe Smulders, smoking hot and awesome. Who's the guy who plays Marshall and Lily? The girl who plays
Jason-
Michelle from America. Yeah, is it Jason? what's his name? I don't know. But it's Michelle from American Pie.
Yeah, Allison Haney or whatever.
Something like that. The redhead girl. But she's good in it. The guy who plays Marshall's good in it. Ted's not bad. The guy who plays Ted is not bad. But sometimes you want to like punch Ted's character in the face.
The guy who plays Marshall. I know it's Jason, and then
is it not Bateman? Is it?
No.
No, I forget their names. I always forget the celebrities.
I know Jason Bateman and Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Segel. Excuse me.
There you go.
The other ass.
That fucker. That guy.
Yeah, him.
That guy.
I just don't know who plays the guy who plays Ted. I don't know him.
I don't know him either. I don't care. He might be my least. I know he's the main character, but he might be my least favorite character in the entire fucking show.
He is. He's my least favorite. Barney's my favorite.
Barney's the best.
I think Barney's everyone's favorite.
Barney than Robin, because they didn't make her character this like bit little pussy. Like what I didn't get is it was another instance of a strong female character and a weak man, and it's like, who wants that? What? Come on.
Yeah. Morgan says it's Allison Hannigan.
Thank you, Allison Hannigan. Yes, Michelle. She plays Lily, and yes, no, that is true. She is great. I don't much care for Ted though. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care for Ted. I don't care for the way they try to portray his character. I don't care for his stances. I don't care for anything. And the episode where he's arguing with Robin over guns, and Robin's the one that's like, I carry and use a gun because I'm not a bitch. I just thought, I hate Ted. I thought, I hate Ted, and I hate the element of the show that makes Ted look like such a little pussy. Like, why does he suck? Why is he such a beta? He's like, oh, my friend's gonna marry and fuck the girl that I love, aka Robin. What the fuck is this guy's deal?
Well, just don't ruin anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no spoilers.
It's different every episode, Austin.
Yeah, but I'll be like, it is different every episode. You'll probably forget what I was saying at this point. But
Probably.
It's just there are aspects to the show that are great, and there are aspects to the show that are not great. I think How I Met Your Mother is a perfect balance of all of that.
Oh. That's a show we can all agree on.
It's a show we can all agree on. I mean, again, not the biggest fan of Friends. I think it's just, again, very bland, dry, stupid PG humor that's not funny. It doesn't have any zing. Doesn't have anything to its jokes. It's just like, well, whatever, man. Who cares? Like, yeah, we get it.
Millions of people still love it.
I love it.
Sure, millions of people still love it. Millions of people like Parks and
Including
Rec.
Justin.
Millions of people, yeah.
I'm one of those millions of people that like.
I mean, you're over here saying like, well, so many people love it. I'm not arguing people love it. People do love it. It's fine. Good. Love the show.
It's totally
I do not care.
People, I mean, you don't have to love it or not love it. I mean,
yeah, but like at the same time, there's some aspect of the show. It's like you have to agree the show is so like stale. The humor is so stale.
Josie has the death stare. She's
anyway.
right at. Oh, there you go. Oh, where was she going?
Towards my the
Camera?
mouse cursor.
Oh. I was like, she looked at the camera like.
Yeah, she wasn't looking at you. She just saw the mouse.
Well, nobody can see me, so.
I know. You're like Matt.
I know.
We're gonna lose our viewership because of you.
I know.
You want to show your face,
I don't have a camera.
or get another replacement. Yes, kitties. I got both of them on my computer desk. You just can't see. You can always see one of them because she's down.
Balls.
Bless you.
But Sally's on the other corner, just laying down, pooped out. But as long as I have one cat right here to bump up the viewership.
Yeah, I would have
Everyone
Dixon,
loves
but he's being a
animals.
potato downstairs. I don't want to get off the couch.
I thought Dixon was gonna come up there, or be
No,
the star of the
I
show.
know, right? But
It's
But
okay.
he wouldn't
Josie,
move. I
the
called
star
him.
of the show today.
he's down on the couch. He's like, "No, fuck y'all."
It's Josie's
think,
time to shine.
Yeah, right. Just make way for the new MVP. Anyway, moving on because we're gonna go on this TV show rant forever. I will
better than
say
nothing.
any shows. Yeah, well, that's true. if you're looking for shows to watch, I don't know. I can give a few suggestions. I think people should watch Letterkenny. I think people should watch Archer. Obviously, I think you should go through the sitcoms and make your own decisions. But I would say I think Parks and Rec is a personal favorite of mine because it's got Chris Pratt. It's got a lot of characters that I'm a really big fan of. A lot of actors I'm a really big fan of. I like the way that they did everything. They did a very good job writing the plot of the show and making it very funny and enjoyable. Well, they found a balance, is what I'll say. But anyway, I don't know if y'all have any TV show suggestions that were not mentioned, any of the aforementioned sitcoms or anything different.
Not a sitcom, but I'm finishing up this show called V Wars.
Okay.
Is it only one season so far?
Yeah, it came out like towards the end of the 2019, right before COVID. And of course, they weren't able.
In the before time, in the long, long ago.
Yeah, they weren't able to do a second season just yet, but it's not too bad. It's basically about this doctor who's his friend who catches this ancient virus or disease that turns him into a vampire, and then it kind of like spreads like a virus where other people can get it without like getting bit or anything. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And the doctor just has to try and find a cure. While everyone else goes on a murderous rampage.
Nice. I'd say if anybody's a fan of the Purge movies, they got a new one coming out July 4th. And there's also a Purge TV show on Hulu. 2 seasons. They're completely independent of one another. They don't follow a necessary timeline, but they do. I think they do take place after.
The show is dumb.
The show's not dumb. I thought the show was well. I thought the first season was very well done. It was over the course of one night. The second season was a little different. Like, it starts on Purge Night of one year and ends on Purge Night of another year. But there's sort of this message of like anti-government retaliation, of rebellion, because they don't like the idea that the new founding fathers have created the purge, and it's just a way to distract from socioeconomic sort of like discrepancies and differences in class warfare and what you want to call it. But it was a good. I thought it was a very good show. The first season just a little bit more to dive into what the actual purge is like, whereas the second one gets more into like the meat and potatoes of what happened, why the purge is the way it is, the new founding fathers political party kind of stuff that they talk about in the movies and shows, the ones who started the purge. Good show.
I like the movies though, but this new one
movies are great.
Looks iffy.
Give the show a chance, and then let me know what you think. Yeah. Well, I'm talking
for other people, yes.
People that haven't seen it.
Yeah. People who haven't seen it, people who might want to see it, people who are fans of The Purge, who like that kind of show.
I believe it's been on for like a couple years now, I think.
Well, the second season only just came out recently. The first season came out about 2019, I want to say.
Yeah, 2019.
So, a couple years.
Yeah.
Well,
no, like that's when the first season showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else give it a shot. Me personally, I didn't really like it.
Also, Scrubs is a good show if we can agree on that. I thought Scrubs was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not bad. I gotta watch it again though. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I'm in the process of rewatching it. I'm on season 3. That's great.
What is it on again?
I think it was on ABC, but it's on Hulu now.
I think it's on Hulu now. Yeah.
It is on Hulu now. I'm watching it on Hulu now.
Okay.
Not now, but like
now.
These last few weeks, I've been watching it on Hulu.
Yeah, it's not a bad show.
Not a bad show at all. Anyway, well, unless Justin, you have any more suggestions for TV shows, so we should probably move on to the next subject.
I just have one.
If you have a suggestion,
just one. The show called Blacklist on Netflix. The Blacklist.
Ooh, boring.
I have seen trailers and previews and little snippets of that show.
I've seen it when it first came out on NBC, and I just never got a chance to watch it. So I'm able to watch it on Netflix. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
it looks boring.
I like it.
Wow, what a dick!
But other people can watch it.
Yes. I'm not gonna spoil
I'm sure it's
anything
it
for
was a
anybody,
popular
so
show whenever
that's
it
all
was
I'm
on
gonna say. It's a
TV.
good show. Check out The Blacklist on Netflix.
Yep.
Yep.
Blacklist.
Yep. That's all I have.
Oh, we got some good shows to mention. And if you have any other suggestions, or if you like any other shows on Netflix, Hulu, or I guess TV,
God, people in this game are assholes. Sorry.
feel free to post it in the comments.
Yeah, I post your shows up in the comments, all that stuff. Moving on. So let's move on to the second half of entertainment, which was E3 was very recent. We all saw it.
Didn't feel like an E3 to me. It felt like just.
Well, I know, but listen, things are different, and this is the E3 of 2021. Joker just added me as his friend. I see you, Joker. Give me.
Nice.
I'm in the middle of a game of Halo 5. When I'm done, I will accept your friend request. I would say. So E3 came out. My biggest thing, you already know, Halo Infinite. The only thing I give a fuck about at
slumber
E3.
party.
Exactly right. No. E3 Halo Infinite looked delicious. There's a campaign snippet. If anybody that's kept up with the extended lore, not the TV show, but there's a TV show coming out soon too. The books, all the stuff, all the little extended lore of the Halo universe. It's cool. I like it. It looks very good.
Just sucks we have to get a console we can't really get right
you have
now.
to get a new console, but listen, we saw what happened. What the fuck, dude? What a piece of shit.
It still looks really good. I mean, if you have, it's going to be on PC as well. If anyone else has PC.
Yeah, it'll come back out. It'll come out on PC later on, I believe.
Yeah, it will be for sure. It's just for Xbox. You need the Xbox Series X.
Yes, and now for the Xbox, now you can't get a yearly membership. It's only 3
Yeah,
months.
you gotta.
a month.
It's. I don't know what happened. Something happened there, but
Yeah.
They're just pushing more for Game Pass now.
Yeah, Halo Infinite.
Game Pass
clean.
all the way, I guess.
Well, like, I don't know. Game Pass still makes a lot of sense to me if rather than buying all these old
Now
games.
it does because we have no choice.
Yeah.
Well, it made sense to me before it was not an option.
I know. Yeah, you were okay with it.
I was okay with it because I'm willing to pay.
It's not bad
the
now that I see
15.
it, but it just sucks that
Yeah,
they
exactly.
They got rid of
choice.
the yearly.
once they take a game out, you can't play it anymore, but you still you don't lose your save data.
Well, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same concept that, like, I'm not gonna pay extra money for a game that I already. If I've already played it, if it's an old game, I should have to pay full price. And then with Game Pass, you pay $15 a month to fully download all these like full games, not like half-assed games. You're getting full titles, and I liked it. Now maybe they should have left it as a choice to people, but that's my take of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing that Game Pass pretty hard. They want everybody to get it and not have a yearly subscription like we're used to. Paying $60 a month, or sorry, $60 a year.
Yeah.
It's a little bit cheaper, I guess, for the 3 months.
Sorry, I just finished a game of Halo 5.
Okay.
But Halo Infinite looked good. Campaign looked really good. The multiplayer trailer looked amazing. There's some new things.
It's
They gotta
free,
get
even
those
though you
epic-
can. Even once you buy the game, it's already included.
What do you mean?
They mentioned that the multiplayer was free.
No, but free beta. I'm
Oh,
sure there'll be a
I
free
just
beta.
heard
I don't know if that's what they meant. So
Yeah, they
Don't
just said it
take
was
my word
free. I
on
was
it.
like, it's already free once you buy the game.
yeah. Well, I think what they're saying is you can download the multiplayer by itself and have it exclusive. You don't have to buy the whole game to play the multiplayer, I think is what they're getting at. They're trying to kind of go
That's what it
with
makes it sound like. That's what I was thinking, because they wouldn't just
Yeah.
randomly say it's free and then it be
Well,
included in the game.
I want the actual full game. I don't know when I'm going to buy a Xbox Series S for
Yeah,
it.
we all don't know.
I can't tell you.
It's not really my main top priority.
Yeah,
Definitely
me neither.
definitely not my main priority. I would just say that I do intend to get this game. I do intend to get a Series S when I have the money and the time
X.
and that.
Or no, you're gonna get the downloaded one. The one that
What do
doesn't
you
require
mean?
any discs.
What are you talking about? There's the
DS.
Series
only-
X and Series S. The S is the one with the just downloadable only games.
I
And
don't know
the
about
one
that.
you just need CDs for.
I don't know. I understand the value of digital copies of video games, but I also like the traditional
Disc.
sort of yeah.
Yeah. So
Like-
you'll need the Series X, not S.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's all these fucking differences, man.
There's only
Yeah,
two.
now there is.
I had no clue.
Justin would get the S. I need
What?
the X because I have.
I'm gonna get the X. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you were getting the S for downloadable.
No.
Because you only like downloadable.
Oh.
Games
well,
now.
I can't see. I don't know. Joker sent me a friend request, and now I can't see it. So, all right. Well,
Oh,
sorry
He
about.
doesn't want to be your friend.
Guess not. Oh no, there it is.
I was like, it should be in the notifications.
He followed me. I don't know if he added me as a friend. Did he add me as a friend? That he added me as a friend. All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess
yeah,
Xbox
when
is
the-
weird
when
now
the time is right.
With you follow somebody and then you add them as a friend at this. At
Yeah,
different
I've
times.
got
It's
people
weird.
that follow me that I've never. I
Really?
don't remember playing with once in a day in my life. I might have played like Apex with them one time, and I was like, oh, well, I guess we're playing games now.
It's really weird now.
No.
I don't.
Yeah, when the
It
time
is.
is
They
right.
changed. Yeah,
And,
they
like,
changed it. I think.
Whenever you add them as a friend, they don't really. They don't. You automatically get to add them as a friend. It doesn't like send them a request and you can accept it or deny it.
Yeah. Remember the good old days of the 360 where it would show up like, bloop, Haggard93 has sent you a friend request, or whoever, and it would be like, oh, cool, and then that would happen, and you would pull it up immediately. It'd pull up their gamer card. It'd have their bio. They'd have their name, where they're from, all the information they're willing to put out about themselves.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, cool, and then you accept it, and that was it. You accept the friend request, and you move on, and you start playing games
And your
together.
actual friends instead of just randomly hitting add friend and then maybe
Yeah, then
sometimes they
waiting.
won't even see that they added or that
Yeah.
they have a new friend
that you added.
and then they have no idea.
Yeah.
Now you're just their friend and they don't even know.
Yeah, you get start getting random fucking game
They're
game.
technically, I guess, followers
invites.
once they add you as a friend.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, you get these random fucking game invites from people you've never met before. And you're like, who the fuck are you? It's like, we played Apex once
Yeah.
3 years ago. I thought you were really good. You want to play Halo? Like, no, I don't know you.
And you get these random messages from fake profiles now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, dude, did I tell you the other day? It was like a week or so ago. I don't even remember because I forgot about it. And then I saw the messages. I played. I guess it was someone who's trying to basically spam. She was like, "Oh, that was a fun game. Check out my nudes at this website." I was like, "What the fuck?" Listen. That's not supposed to happen over. Well, I guess it's not supposed to.
That's a fake account.
That's a fake account, and I didn't know that kind of shit happened on Xbox Live.
It does.
I thought that was-
Justin and
it
I
was-
have had it happen to us quite
That
often.
was the first time for me.
Quite often on the new Xbox systems and stuff, but when it was the 360 and whatever that happened, that never. That
Not
never
all of us
happened.
can be like y'all and be like swarming in bitches. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
we
what's
can't be
really
cool like
happening.
Yeah,
Exactly
totally.
what's happening. Okay. Well, going back to E3, going back to just entertainment news with video games and whatnot. We saw the trailers for Halo Infinite. We saw the multiplayer looks clean as fuck.
Like
The
every
grappling
other
stuff
does,
is
but
pretty
hopefully it doesn't
interesting.
disappoint.
The grappling hook looks really cool and fun, and it looks like it'll make for some cool shenanigans. I think just the way they've done the game, I think will do very well. I think there's gonna be people that are like disappointed, but I think it's still gonna be a great game overall.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just looking. I just don't know when I'm gonna be able to actually play it, unless I really want to get it
Yeah.
on PC. But I'd rather just probably get it on the Xbox. That way we can all play.
Yeah,
I
was
think
gonna
we
say,
all
I'd
play
hope we
even
do
though
that.
we're on.
Some
Isn't
things
it
yes, but
cross-platform?
crossplay, like I don't know if we can crossplay campaign.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
do
I
the
don't-
same
I-
thing
I
where I
don't
bought
know.
Master Chief on my computer and I don't really play that on the computer. I play it more on the Xbox.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking about for Battlefield 2042 is just getting it on the Xbox.
Well, I would. The only gripe I'm going to tell you about Battlefield 2042 is I think unless I've changed and I've been proven wrong, that it seems to be only online play.
That's
There's
what
no
I've heard.
campaign. That's
That's what I heard, yeah. Which,
We
I mean,
we need
I
to
like
stop
online.
incentivizing games. Yeah, but online only, that's so boring. That's why I
It's
don't
kinda
play
like just
Apex
Warzone.
anymore. I don't play
playing
Warzone
Warzone.
anymore. Like, it's fun for a few weeks, and you're like, this is fucking dumb. I want something else to
So
do.
Battlefield was trying to get into that kind of area of just multiplayer
I would have liked the
only, like,
campaign too. I always like the Battlefield campaigns.
Yeah, the Battlefield campaigns are usually pretty fun, right? Like, at least as far as I remember, they were.
Yeah, I
and
enjoy them.
the previous one's not Battlefield 1.
Yeah, maybe not
I
Battlefield
didn't- I-
1,
I
but
didn't play
still.
that one.
It's an
Well, I got
interesting
nothing.
move. We'll see how it plays.
Yeah, I mean,
How it pays off, I should say, not plays.
I would say, with in regards to all of that, though, it looks good. I don't know. Was there any other games that stood out to y'all at E3?
Back for Blood is kind of like Left 4 Dead, I guess.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to that.
I think I
Yeah.
remember seeing that.
It looks
I mean,
kinda
there
like
was like a really,
exactly like
I can't remember the
uh,
game. It was like an
Left 4
outdoorsy
Dead
game where you
series.
can do a bunch of stuff like ride a bike and hang glide and
Yeah.
other things. It looked pretty interesting.
Oh, that game, the BMX thing.
Well, it's not all BMX, but it's like you could do like multiple things.
You're looking forward to that one?
I mean, it could be interesting. I'm not like that's not my like top priority.
Yeah, I mean,
But it could be a fun
none of
game
the
to
really the
play.
games right now are my top priority. Really, I mean, just like we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
But I mean,
See
I'm
if-
not like gonna like I don't know. I'm not gonna like pre-order anything really.
Yeah,
I haven't
just
really
gonna
pre-ordered
wait,
a
I
game
think.
in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, slight news. The Master Chief Collection has a new update. Some new
Updated
maps
now.
for Halo
It's
3.
really long. It's like 32 gigs.
Yeah, it's a big update. There's new armor. There's customizable elite armor for Halo 3. There's some new There's a new map in Halo 3. There's some new armor for Halo 4. There is just new customizations and a few new maps here and there, which is kind of nice to see. It's always nice to see new maps, regardless of your stance on if you like them or not.
And this would be
I'm
the first
generally a
time that
fan.
the Halo Master Chief Collection added the elite.
No,
Armor.
they've been doing seasons, and the seasons
no,
are
for the
fun.
elite armor.
Yeah, from what I understand, this is the first time they've added any sort of customization for elite armor in the game. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing they did. I liked it. I'm a fan. Just, I don't know, man. I like what they're doing. I like that they keep adding things to the game, even though these are old classic games. Now, obviously, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna get customizable armor for like classic Halo CE or classic Halo 2.
Or
I think they might add some
updates in the
armor.
color because the color's still off
What? Colors
on a few
colors not
a
off.
few of the body armor colors.
You have
Like
to
it,
show me exactly
they
what
say
you're
a
talking
certain
about,
like the
'cause-
orange technically doesn't look like an orange
Yeah,
on
okay. That part I can agree with, sort of, kind of.
yeah. They haven't
I
updated
can
that.
at least. Well, excuse you, sir.
Somebody doesn't know their colors.
Excuse you, sir.
No, it's
I
okay.
didn't know
It
you were
doesn't
such a
bother me.
critic.
We don't. Whenever we play online, it doesn't go to. I think it was Halo 2.
Yeah, might.
That
mean-
has the bad. Well, actually, no. I changed it though. But yeah, it's okay. It doesn't.
Oh
matter.
God. Woohoo! I'm exploring one of the new maps on Forge, and I just threw myself off a cliff on accident. That was my bad.
Hey, time sure. How's it
Um,
going?
Hey, timeshares.
That's that time shares.
Still some good
it's
games
still-
coming out, but I don't really plan on
I'm planning on making too many. Big purchases.
pre-ordering it, I should say. But I will
Yeah,
play it at some point.
pre-ordering. Yeah, I
But
mean,
I think the mistake I made was buying Cold War.
It was
listen,
a big mistake
I
before it came out.
I can kind of agree with you on that one because it was a lot of fun. Here's the thing, it's a lot of fun. But
I mean, I enjoy the
It's-
multiplayer.
Nobody
Just-
listened to me.
but the campaign was really short. Like I've always said.
We're
The
talking
campaign was
about
really short.
E3 and some games, and well, not right now. Cold War. We were talking about Netflix and shows and sports as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, we talked about all the we're still going through what I call the fluff topics because these are the nice ones, they're the fun to talk about ones. They're not serious. They're kind of goofy. They're kind of like whatever. We're just chilling.
But if you have any
I can't let
questions
my
or
music
comments, feel
real
free
quick after this as well, if that's okay.
Say what now, Justin?
The music category of what I want
Oh,
to
do we-
what I wanted to talk about for music.
Yeah, if you want to talk about music, talk about
Well,
music.
does anyone have any? Well, Timeshares says the Cold War campaign was good.
Campaign was good.
Yeah,
I did
it was still
I did
good.
Not
It
like
was just
the,
short.
Did not like the substituted voice actors. I wanted my Sam Worthington back as Alex Mason. I wanted the original Woods back.
Nobody
I just
listened to
didn't
me
like.
and said it was a bad idea.
Listen, man, hindsight's 20/20. Fuck off.
Multiplayer.
You're also an Eagles, Spurs, and fucking Office fan. So like, shut the fuck up with your taste.
We all have our own taste. I just don't like. I just made a good
That's
decision.
okay.
A smart decision.
I will repeatedly remind you that you're wrong for your foul taste in lots of things.
It's okay.
You're talk shit on my stuff. I'll talk shit on you, sir. Damn.
I guess timeshares didn't like the multiplayer.
I
can't say that word
inclined to
anymore.
agree with him. I'm inclined to agree with
Multiplayer. Is that what it is?
Multiplayer,
Okay.
online, whatever you want to fucking call it. I would agree.
Ever since
that
I left college, I haven't been able to. My brain is
Well, I mean, look,
a long time
my
ago.
stance. I like Black Ops Zombies. I liked the campaign. Some of the multiplayer was fun, but it was also like it's been played out, man. It's the same multiplayer we've gotten in other CODs. It's nothing new. It's nothing exciting. There's nothing really crazy about it that makes you say this game is different from all other games and we should respect it as such. That's great if it did any of that. All of it was still repackaged stuff. I mean, I'm honestly debating on uninstalling Cold War because I just don't play it. I don't see the listen.
okay.
I fucked up. I wasted $60 on
It'd be
Cold
a
War.
good call to do or good move.
Yeah, I'm honestly getting there because I'm running out of memory in my Xbox, and I just don't play it enough where it justifies the space it takes. So
Do you
now
have
I'm
an
just
external
like,
hard
eh.
drive?
Nah, I don't have one for this one.
It's not too expensive. It's
I know.
It's about the same price as you were to get to whenever you bought the Cold War.
Yeah, like $60.
60, maybe 80 at most.
Oh God, listen. It
Depends on the
how
storage.
much.
You have to like take a look
Yeah, I
at
was
it.
gonna say like we gotta have a lot of storage on there.
But
'Cause I might need like
it's worth it,
if I had
though.
like a terabyte and it's like here's a terabyte's worth of memory, go for it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, Timeshares likes the zombies in Cold War.
Zombies is the shit. The rest of it, not so much. I hate to say. So I don't.
will
That's
never
just
play
me. So Justin was saying something about music. So what was your thing about music? I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
Cut you
Very
off there.
sad news happened this weekend. Or sorry, was it Thursday or Friday? I think it was Friday. Because Mark Hoppus, one of the co-founders,
Blink-182.
yeah,
And co-lead
Blink-182,
singers.
and co-lead singers. Sorry, he has cancer. He's got
Ooh.
diagnosed with cancer.
Ooh,
And he's one of my
dealing
favorite
with it for three months.
damn.
Yeah,
Not,
he's one of my
why didn't I
favorite
hear about this? What
musicians
the
of all
fuck?
time, and it just kind of hit me real hard because I've always sung his parts in the songs of Blink-182, and whenever Austin and I
And
would
he's in one of
sing.
our favorite bands.
Yes, and,
Yeah,
and-
no,
and one of
honestly,
our
one
favorite
of the-
bands, of course.
One of the biggest
just-
bands of our whole generation, I would say.
Yeah, it was very, very sad for me to hear this, and and I know
But
it
he's still staying
hit me
positive
real
and
hard,
everything, which is good.
Yeah, you got to stay positive. Wait, real quick, when did this come out? Because this is the first I'm hearing about it, and I feel like this should be bigger news.
I'd say about
It said 3 days ago. So what was it?
Wow.
Thursday or Wednesday.
Or Wednesday?
I'm still surprised I didn't hear anything from it though. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
sad, but
well,
we're hoping that
condolences and
Yes.
well wishes to Mark
keeping him in
Hoppus
our
and-
thoughts and prayers. And,
Yeah,
and-
his family as well, and that
Yes, and
obviously
his
sucks.
yeah, fuck cancer.
Yeah, fuck cancer. Agreed. Right in the ass.
And you'll get through this. We believe in you. And
Well, I'm surprised that it hasn't made bigger news, and maybe it's because that was part of what he wanted. Maybe he wants to keep it quiet for personal reasons, and I can understand that. I can respect that. So,
which is why he also held off from saying anything for the first 3 months.
Yeah, I would. Well, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, well, again, best wishes, condolences, him and his family. Hopefully, his doctor's doing good work wherever he's at. I'm sure if it is something that if it comes to being able to afford treatment or afford care, he should be fine.
Yeah, he has that. He says his family, and then he has like the best doctors that is working with him and stuff. And
yeah,
and
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, that was goddamn, Justin. You should throw a wrench in my day.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to bring up and like just. I thought about it.
We need these kind of stories because this is the stuff that actually gets to people.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people, you know. Because
dude, we all.
He's one of my favorite musicians.
You remember us jamming out to Blink-182 back in high school in either your car, my car, whatever, when we were just cruising around bullshitting. I would blast What's My Age Again. That's still one of my favorite songs.
I blast all the songs.
Yeah, and I sing to Mark's part all the time whenever.
Dude,
if I'm listening to it at work or if I'm in the car, of course, I'm always singing Mark's part.
We're always going to be jamming. It's always car time karaoke when Blink-182 comes on, okay?
Yeah. So whenever Austin and I do karaoke and stuff, he'll do Tom's part.
The shower in the car,
I'll do Mark's part.
The best places to karaoke is the shower in the car, where you sound the best.
Yeah.
And no one else is around usually.
We think we sound the best, and then once we turn down the volume and we sound like shit.
You hear yourself and you're like, oh god.
But we don't. Some songs I sound pretty good. I'm just not a great singer. I don't care. I like to sing for fun. I don't care what anyone else thinks.
None of us are getting paid for vocals. Dixon, come here. Dixon.
So yeah, that was very sad news to hear about this past week.
God damn, man.
Justin does have an autographed picture from him.
Y'all have seen it in the past 2.
You'll never see it again because he doesn't want a camera anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm saving up right now.
Well,
and then I will get a camera, and y'all be able to see everything that I have of
Come on, Dixon.
Blink-182.
Come here.
All the rest of my stuff again.
I don't know if you could see. I have. Well, Dixon is here now to provide.
There's your dog.
Come on, hop up.
He decides.
Yes, I do have an autographed picture of Mark Hoppus.
Come here. What are you doing? Come here, dingus. Come here. Wait. Oh, you're just being like, no, I don't want to be on camera.
Somebody's shy.
There's Dixon.
Dixon. What are you doing, Bubba? Anyway,
so
he's an asshole. He's cute, but he's an asshole.
It's just a dog.
Shut your face. It's not just a dog.
He's a precious little dog. Or big dog.
There's no such thing as just a dog. It's not just a dog, right? Like, okay. People that say, "Oh, it's just a dog," well, you're a fucking asshole. Like, no wonder you're probably
it's a cute dog.
Life.
He's a good boy.
It's just
all
a kitten.
animals are cute.
They're
I'm
just
sure
kittens.
it says hi, Dixon.
Oh, you have fans.
You want to say hi to my cat, Josie? She's right here.
Hi, pussies.
You can see her.
And the reason I don't know if we told this before. The reason why we've had our cats named after Blink-182 song. Yeah. Austin's is a song, song title. Mine's a song lyric.
Yes, mine's an actual song.
Yes, mine's just a song lyric of
one
of my favorite songs from Blink-182.
Josie, Josie. If you haven't listened to it by now, you should.
And Sally is part of I Miss You, of a song called I Miss You by Blink-182.
Yeah, you can be like Jack and Sally if we want. Well, they can, you can
live like Jack and Sally.
You can always find me.
Or you can always find me.
We'll have Halloween on Christmas. And in the night we wish this never end.
Wish this never end.
Spoken word karaoke. Kidding. Spoken word.
We know our music.
We do. We spent countless hours listening to Blink-182, listening to just God, everything under the
All
sun.
the good songs compared to today's crap.
Yeah, all the oh my goodness, don't even get me started, man. It's the crap that I hear on the radio today. It's why I generally, and whether or not you're a fan of this is irrelevant. I tend to try to listen to like country or classic rock or some of the older. Well, when I say country, I don't mean like all of it, because I don't like all the country. I still think there's some artists that are trash. I don't like Dustin. I'm not a fan of Dustin Lynch. I don't really care about Justin Moore. I think they're all just kind of like, look at me, I'm from the country. It means I'm so fucking tough. It's like, yeah, okay. Like, buddy, I've met shitheads from the country that couldn't fight wet tissue paper. All right, let's not go around and like everybody that came from the Boondocks is all of a sudden some sort of fucking gangster.
Yeah, but country is my very least favorite.
Well, it's funny. I didn't start liking country. I didn't start liking country until at the time I went to the army.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. Anyway, yeah, you guys think in high school I hated country. I thought country was awful. So because
I don't really like it. I mean, if I have to like, I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I don't like any.
That's fair. That's
any favorite artist or anything or songs.
Yeah, it's not everyone's favorite cup of tea, man. It doesn't matter. But they usually, at least the quality of it has not degraded so heavily over time. Where like rap music got even worse.
Yep.
Because I think the '90s rap music was like the best shit ever, and then you got into like the
early
2000s garbage. Yeah, the early 2000s was good. When you got to the mid-late 2000s, when you started accepting and tolerating garbage music. Like, I'm sorry, but some of the stuff Lil Wayne put out back in the day was trash. He was too high to do anything. And, like, come on, man. I get it. All those people that don't understand what he's saying, but they think he's, like, amazing. Like, Lil Wayne, the truth. Like, shut the fuck up. You're annoying as shit. There are people that just should not be allowed to reproduce. You're probably one of them.
He is rich.
He is rich. No, look, he does have some quality songs. Just saying there's a lot of them that are not quality.
Yeah, it's okay. Boomer alert.
Boomer alert.
Time sure says.
I don't know, man. I just didn't like him. People, and he had the most.
Okay,
annoying
we grew up at a good
too.
time.
Yeah,
I wish it was a little bit earlier.
I will say he had the most annoying fan base though. Like his fan base is so fucking annoying.
He's not really my favorite.
Who, Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's trash. Was. I don't know.
I like one song.
He's got a few. Like right above it. I like right above it with Drake.
I don't like any of his songs.
But I also make fun of Drake for being like 1 minute he's a young money, cash money billionaire thug, and the other one he's talking about like meeting girls at the mall and serenading them. It's like, okay.
The only one song I like from all like Drake and Lil Wayne and Eminem, like all of them together, was the Forever song.
That was a great song. That was like
where they all collaborated and whatnot.
Yeah, Kanye West on it too.
Yeah.
That was
in there too? I don't remember.
No, it's just the four of them.
Okay.
You're thinking of Worldwide Choppers that had Eminem and Yellow Wolf and Tech Nine and a lot of other guys, but that didn't have any of the other guys. It didn't have Lil Wayne, didn't have any of these other dudes on it.
The song Forever with Eminem, Drake, Lil Wayne, and who else? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good artist. Yeah,
all of them, all of those guys are.
Well, I mean that was
one of my favorite.
It was recovery era Eminem. It was pre-Kardashian Kanye West. It was definitely just definitely better times for all of them. I mean, this was when Drake and Wayne were at I would say the top of their game as far as like the popularity, how much money they were making, all this stuff. This is I think they were like one of their best, and just I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Eminem had the best verse though. Because this is like when Eminem came back from recovery, and he was every track he got on, he was slaughtering it. I mean, he was the man was like coming back with some serious vengeance after what happened with him and what happened with that 2009 album Relapse that some people had mixed reviews of. It was like, it was funny. It was a goofy album. It was kind of like fucked up in some ways that we liked about him, but I don't know.
Yeah. Time sure says old Eminem is good, new Eminem is cringe.
When do we qualify old? Because if it's anything from like the first four albums, so Slim Shady LP to Encore. I would say yeah, but Encore and Relapse were like, you gotta have some like forgiveness for those albums because he even said in one of his songs like Encore I was on drugs, Relapse I was getting off of them, and so he was just all fucked up. And I think
probably the current ones that are cringe, but I mean,
well,
honestly,
like Recovery I thought was a really good one. I like Bad Meets Evil, the sequel. That was a really good one with Royce da 5'9". I thought Marshall Mathers LP2 was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. It had some really good songs. I liked Love Song. I liked Rap God. I'm trying to remember what was all on that one. But they had some good songs. I haven't listened to like Music to Be Murdered By. I haven't listened to any of these other ones, and it's not because I don't like them or I dislike Eminem now. I took a long pause off of rap.
I don't listen to Eminem. But Timeshare says I would say after Recovery, because Recovery has a couple good songs.
Yeah, I thought Recovery was amazing.
Yeah, Recovery was good.
Well, I remember when Recovery came out, and I was like, "Yo, this is a really fucking good album."
I remember.
No, we were in, it was the summer, and it was at camp, and we were also working there, and we just like, I remember showing up, and I was just like, "Yo, this fucking album slaps."
Cinderella Man was my favorite off of that.
Cinderella Man's great. Won't Back Down.
I put that on repeat like a bunch.
It's Spacebound. Like it came out yesterday.
Yeah, Spacebound, Not Afraid. Just goddamn, dude. A lot of really good songs.
I guess when Black Ops 1 had Won't Back Down.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 had Won't Back Down.
So Timeshare
That's when Eminem was getting used on a lot. Because remember, I think it was Modern Warfare 2 or 3 had Till I Collapse from the Eminem show back in like 2002 or 3, whatever that came out.
2002.
And then, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it's just, again, really good fucking album. And I think you have to also remember Eminem's getting older. He's not as young as he used to be.
Sadly.
Sadly, yeah, but it happens, man. We're all older.
It doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen.
Eminem's still in his late 30s. No.
If he shaves his beard, he'll still look like he's 20.
I don't know. When I first saw him with
blonde.
the beard, when I first saw him with the beard, I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this.
If he dyes his hair blonde again and shaves his beard, he'll look like
Slim Shady again. Yeah, he'll look like back. He's in his. Well, like when you saw him in his 20s, he kind of looked like a dude who was fucked up a lot, and I was like, okay. And then you see him like in his later 30s, he looks like he's cleaned up. He's got his life more or less together. So, I don't know.
But we still like his music. No matter what he comes out with, I'll still listen to it.
Yeah, I'm still a fan of his music.
Yeah.
I know a lot of his. So like, it's funny. He had a weird following. So he comes out, and people will change because they find out, oh, my favorite actor, or my favorite musician has a certain political stance, and you have to remember, like, Eminem got a lot of support from people all over the political spectrum because a lot of people that like listen to him. I can tell you right now, a lot of people in the military still listen to him. A lot of people in the military listened to him when he was like very popular, and a lot of people that, I guess have blue hair and are Starbucks communists, they fucking listen to him too. It's like, all right, cool. He attracts a lot of people from all over the different types of people you'll find, like different spectrum of people, of different beliefs and all that shit. So it's just, I don't know. He doesn't just fit one mold. He appeals to a large. He can
still come up with new music and still sound good.
Yeah, he's always been really good at that.
Which is good. Which is what I like.
Well, yeah.
I like when artists that I listen to for a long time can come out with good stuff still. At least for the most part. Some songs and stuff from the new albums, I guess. A couple albums.
Yeah.
They're okay.
I don't like every single Eminem song. Like, I don't like all of them. There's some that I listen to that I could easily
I like
skip.
quite a few, but yeah.
I like the majority of them.
Yeah.
Yes, just not all.
There's probably a handful or one or two handfuls of songs I could probably be like, yeah, skip.
Yeah. That shit happens.
Well, if we don't have any more entertainment news, let's dive into some nitty gritty. All right, let's dive into some real shit. All right, so We obviously went over Halo Infinite with the E3 campaign teaser and the multiplayer demo. Again, I thought that was really good. The multiplayer looked great. The campaign looked good. I liked everything from the way the Chief sounded to the look of his armor to this new AI teammate he's going to have.
Cortana
And they're
2.0.
wondering, yeah, Cortana, or she's called The Weapon by the UNSC and by Oni. Still like the possibilities for Infinite are infinite, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot they can do with that game, so I'm happy about it. All right,
We'll see.
so we'll start. We'll start with some things that are not so serious, and we'll get into the serious stuff. So, one is there's a South African Bitcoin mining operation of some sort that I guess failed. I don't know what happened, if the people died or if what they were mining and whatever their shit blew up. They were mining a lot. I don't know if it was strictly Bitcoin, or if it was all sorts of crypto to include Dogecoin, Ethereum, Cardano, all these different ones. But it was like a lot of money that just kind of up and disappeared. And because it's not legal in South Africa, there's not going to be a federalized investigation into it, but there might be like a localized private investigation to see what the fuck happened. There's a lot of fucking money. All right, so I'm doing a bounty on Red Dead 2, and I just gotta make sure I have all the right weapons.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's something. I like the idea of crypto. I wish Matt were here. I love when we talk about crypto because I think it's the topic that more people should know more about, to include myself. I mean, I throw myself in that category. I want to know more about crypto. I like the idea of decentralized currency, or a decentralized item of value that retains value, that retains quality, and all of that.
Yeah.
And so,
Do you
it's
think all that stuff will last in the future?
well, look, man, you have a lot of economists. You have guys like Max Kaiser come out and say that they think crypto is going to break 1 million, and they think it's going to do all these incredible things. I think, and I was talking with one of the doctors at the Scope Clinic the other day, and they were saying kind of a similar thing. They said, well, the reason why it's so popular is, yes, it's decentralized, right? It's decentralized, it's not regulated by governments, and it acts in the same way that a stock does, essentially. So you have something with value that holds its value, is not tied to a government, and so that's what people like about it. You have to realize also, these rich people that are like putting money into property and they're putting money into crypto, they're putting their money and their investments into things that will hold value. They're putting it, like I said, property, crypto, stocks, and different exchanges. They are trying to basically keep their money in different assets. And I think doing that's a smart move, but at the same time, you have to remember, like, crypto will fluctuate, so you have to treat it like a stock. You know, you don't buy the stock with the intention to sell it in a few years. You buy the stock to sit on until you're like fucking 40. If you bought it in your 20s or teens, it's like, all right, cool. This is gonna be my maybe not my retirement fund necessarily. This is going to supplement my retirement fund, and you go from there. So I think that kind of practice is good. It does allow people to decentralize their wealth. And it's something that because people also see the value of the dollar decreasing, and so they're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's true. But I, for one, still don't see a need to get into it.
Yeah, and not right
I would
now.
say don't do it if you don't have the finances to allow you to. But if you have money that you're like, I don't need this, I'm okay with this, like with taking a chance on this and experimenting, because I think that's also a part of economics that people don't do. People don't take risks anymore because their money don't hold the value that it used to, so they can't take those chances. I think that's part of it. And that's the same reason why people don't put a lot of money into stocks these days. I mean, I have some stocks, but I haven't further invested into any stocks in fucking years, man. Like, this is not a thing I can really afford to be doing right now, just because I don't have the disposable income to keep that trend up. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat, so I understand.
Yeah. Like us.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, exactly like all of us. None of us have baller money. We're not out here just throwing cat. We don't have stacks on stacks. It's not how this works.
That is true. But yeah, I'm not one for knowing knowledge of currency or cryptocurrency or anything like that.
I'm trying to get into it more so I can have more of these in-depth conversations with Matt when we do talk about it. And so I can talk about it more with people at work that understand the concepts better, or to sort of, if I wanted to invest in it, if I wanted to take a chance on it, I would know what I'm doing more.
Go for it.
Yeah, and that might not be for a while. Like I said, I have stocks. I have a decent value of stocks, but I would like to expand my knowledge so that if the time ever comes to sell them, that I would have more money. And it's just like, okay. So, but that was a South African thing, and they had a mining operation that didn't quite make it, so they were like, whatever. God, I gotta shoot. I'm taking an old Yukon Nick, and I gotta fucking hog tie his ass now. I shoot him like 10 times in the leg.
Nice.
Yeah, right. I gotta go up to this bastard and hog tie him. But so aside from that, another thing out of South Africa, and I know I bring a lot of South African things.
It's okay.
So a woman in South Africa made a device, and it's basically for women. Because rape is a big problem in South Africa, because you have to understand South Africa before I can go into this without sounding racist. Basically, there's a sense of almost racial ethno state to South Africa, right? It's kind of, if people looked at it, people from America looked at it, they'd be, oh, it's the reverse of America. The black people are in charge and the white people are getting murdered all the time, and it's really bad because it's not by like cops or anything. They just raid your farm and kill you. And I've had a lot of conversations with my girlfriend about this, and it's just like, it's really shitty because like 10% of the population is white people and the rest is black people, and they'll just raid your farm and kill you and rape all the women and murder them and burn the place down, and they'll just kill you for being white and being a farm owner or something or whatever. And this is more or less outside in the country side of South Africa. I don't know if it's I couldn't tell you what happens in like the cities, like Johannesburg, or whatever. Or Cape Town.
All I know is Johannesburg.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you about like Cape Town or Johannesburg, these big cities, but I can tell you that it's a problem. So a woman made a device. It's for women. You put it up put it up there, and essentially, you remember the movie Teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It basically acts like there's like blades and barbs inside of it. That if you try to rape a woman, and like just say you shove your dick inside of her, unconsensually because you're a piece of shit. It'll stab, cut, and then barb your dick.
Ow.
The only way you can get them out is to go to a doctor.
Oh, God.
And so it's supposed to desincentivize rape and rape culture in South Africa.
Jeez.
I said, why don't if women are that concerned about it in America, why don't they wear those? Like, hang on, I gotta take out my vagina teeth and my vagina dentures and pull out their man killing device. Which
Morgan's heard of that.
Yeah, no, I heard from it. It's made by a South African woman. I thought it was really cool.
What's one way to stop rape?
Very painful.
Very pain. Listen. Pain is a powerful teacher. Why do you think when we were kids we got hit growing up? Because pain teaches us what's right and what's wrong. If we got hurt doing something, or we got hurt because we did something, we'd be like, I don't want to do that again.
Hey, Brandon, what's up? How's it going, man?
Yeah, that's true. But
podcast episode.
Yep, episode 22, baby.
I hope that goes through.
Well, I think it's already a thing. It's already a product.
Oh, it is.
We already made it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah. That's just a few things. Now, unfortunately, we have to get into the things where people be like, but he's my president. He's not mean. He's not orange. He doesn't tweet mean things. Okay, so I'm just going to say it. Anybody that's listening to this podcast knows I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. Whether for his policies of the last, almost 50, 60, fucking however many decades he's been in the goddamn government. Career politician, corrupt scumbag. Not a fan of him. Not a fan of his things he does. But I'm not here to talk about that because someone will be like, oh, he says it too much. Listen, man. He's not mentally there. I'm sorry. He is out to lunch. He is not cognizant of his surroundings. He does not know what the fuck is going on. He literally is at the G7 summit, stumbling into cafes. People are laughing at him. He has to have a handler take him everywhere. This is not a good look for the United States. And it's an even worse look when we go to foreign conferences and meetings with China, with Russia, and they say, you are not negotiating from a position of strength. You do not have strength anymore. Your leader, your president, is a bumbling dotard, a feeble old fool who cannot do anything. And I'm inclined to agree, yeah, he's right. I mean, the guy doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to talk. And he was like whispers, I signed the bill. I was the one. Why are you acting weird, bro? Why can't you just be fucking normal? Stop acting like a creep. Like, go sniff some children's hair or something. I don't know what to tell you. But that kind of stuff happens, and you just can't. He's not mentally fit to be the leader of the free world. You can like him all you want. He doesn't tweet mean things. That's fucking great. He's not orange. He doesn't call women. He doesn't call Rosie O'Donnell a horse face, even though she kind of fucking is. Sorry, she's hideous. I don't care. Like, he's not fit. He's not fit to be the leader of the free world. Where do we go from hating one guy so much that we elect someone who might be even worse? Not in the sense of, oh, he's worse because he says mean. Like, I don't care. You're too much of a bitch to be like, oh, he says mean things. Okay, I'll give you that. He's kind of a dick. He's kind of a bullish, brute, bull in the china shop, if you would call it. You know, I always do the impersonation of Trump. You know, when you have Biden talking to Russia, Vladimir Putin would be like, and we're going to do this. And Joe Biden would be like, come on, man. We're going to do the thing. You know, and then he'll probably get creepy and start whispering, we're going to go to war. Do you know what that means? We're going to go to war. And then he'll be creepy. And he'll be like, oh, I'm Joe Biden. Someone else shit my pants. I don't think he is meant to be in charge right now. I just don't.
Sure,
I don't
you're not
see
the
him
only one.
No, and listen. I said if you put Tulsi Gabbard in there, I would have supported her. If you put, I'll say it. I did have some support for guys like Andrew Yang, because he was the first guy that pitched the concept of universal basic income and made it sound okay. Still don't fully agree with it, but at least like someone was willing to have a more intelligent conversation regarding it. Before Pete Buttigieg ousted himself as just a fucking idiot, I thought, oh, that'd be interesting. I hated Kamala, hated Biden. I don't know why they put him up there. I do not. I was a fan of Bernie Sanders the first go around, because he was like, we're going to go after the millionaires and the billionaires. And then he became a millionaire, and he stopped talking about the millionaires. You can almost plot exactly when he stopped talking about the millionaires, because he became one, because he wrote that book and got $1 million off the book. And now he just talks about the billionaires. He's like, we're going to go after the billionaires. And you see people that remember the TikTok girl, the OK Boomer girl? She's she now has like a $2 million apartment or something, but she's still she's like, eat the rich. And I was like, you don't understand. You are the rich now. You are the rich. Like, no, it's not just the billionaires. It is still the millionaires it's the millionaires and the billionaires. But it's not just one or the other, right? They're both, if you're going to say tax the rich, eat the rich, whatever you want to say, and you're owning you own or rent, or you put down money for a $2 million apartment, you are the rich. I don't understand where that doesn't translate properly. Like, you are the rich. You have done all of this.
Pretty much.
And you're still saying tax rich. Well, you tax yourself then. I see these kind of things and I'm like, okay, we're really stupid. Like, we're really stupid. I think we need to all go back and I think everyone needs to go back and for 4 years study nothing but economics and how economics works and why these harebrained schemes are not going to work the way they think they will work. This is like, nah, man, this isn't how this works. This isn't how this is going to go, because it's not going to, this is not maintainable. This isn't a maintainable, sustainable fucking economic plan or mindset. So it's just kind of, I don't know. But Biden is not in charge. Biden has handlers. Biden has people that keep him from saying or doing stupid things. That's why he doesn't take questions at press conferences. That's why he's not allowed to speak on his own. That's why when he goes out in public, you see a grown-ass man or woman rushing to the scene to go pick up Joe Biden, kind of bring him back in and go, come on, Joe, let's go get you some ice cream. I like ice cream. You know, it's like a child. You have a child. Yeah, people are like, well, Trump was literally Hitler. Like, obviously you were not around for Hitler. nor did what Hitler do like really align with everything Trump did. I mean, maybe when you said, well, he was America first, I guess Hitler was Germany first. I mean, he was a nationalist. His party was the Nationalist Socialist Party, so there's that. I look at some of this and I'm like, you're not serious, are you? So I don't know. I see some of that and I'm a little worried about what's going to happen. With that,
time will tell, I guess.
I honestly think the guy's in full on dementia. I think this is elder abuse. I think you need to let him. You just need to let him retire. You need to let him not be a politician. And you should have stopped him from being a politician probably the minute he was done with his vice presidency with Barack Obama. And like, all right, you're too fucking old. Get out of here. And it just doesn't work that way. I don't know why it doesn't work that way. I don't know who keeps these people in power, who keeps the people afloat, but he's in full on dementia. He's just out to lunch. There's no real plan for what he's gonna do. I think people kind of they saw Biden versus Trump and they voted Biden because they didn't like Trump, and now they're like, well, everything's now our economy's in the tank. Everything's super expensive. Inflation's crazy, and we can't afford basic goods. We can't afford wood. We can't afford steel for pet projects at home. You can't really do anything on your own now. It's just like, well, you voted for this. You voted to get rid of police. You voted to get rid of these kind of leftist talking points that were pushed through the entire election. So now you have no one to blame but yourself. And if you would take responsibility for that, that would be the first step in the right direction. But no, everyone's like, oh no, it's the orange man's fault. Like, you are so meager, you cannot fucking take responsibility for your own fucking actions. Like, where have we gone? So I'm not. I don't know. I can go on this one forever, and I don't want to because I know it's not what people want to hear. But
It's okay.
we got some things. So two of the bigger ones that I'm going to get on, and this is just where I don't like what he's saying. Again, and it'll be my last big point on Joe Biden, at least for now, when he says you need F-15s and nukes to take on the government. First off, fuck you, laughs in Taliban, laughs in Viet Cong, because these were rice farmers and goat farmers, goat herders that literally fought us with the family AK they had tucked away in the corner of their houses and gave the United States military genuine hell for the Viet Cong 10 years and for the Middle East Taliban and just general Middle Eastern populace in general for 20. So tell me again how we're not going to, the American people with AR-15s and shotguns, and that's what they know we have. That's what they know they can say, well, this is what they buy from the gun store, with AR-15. And then you tell me that's not going to fight. That's not going to stand up to some sort of United States military, especially when half the people that you would be fighting are ex-military. Like, come on. So yeah. I think that's stupid. So I love all the memes, like me and the boys on the way to get our F-15s and nukes to fight the government, like Uncle Joe said. Hey, listen, the right to keep and bear F-15s shall not be infringed. To own recreational nuclear bombs shall not be infringed. So I do like the internet's response. The internet responded in pure internet fashion, sort of mocking him and mocking the idea. I still think he needs to be tossed out. I think David Chipman needs to be tossed out. The new head of the ATF, a total scumbag, total murderer, killed all those people at Waco and Ruby Ridge and all these other things where they're trying to be like, we're going to stop these gun runners, and they end up causing more problems and killing more people and women and children, and they're not actually trying to do anything to save the American people. They're like saying, well, we're the only ones that are allowed to have a monopoly on violence, so surrender or die. It's like, well, there's a third option. We could all die, and I'll just kill you. It's like you're literally saying this to people who will fight you. So that's part of my big issue with what he said is now you're just like, well, now you're saying that you're saying that if you want to fight the government, like if you think people shouldn't have their gun, now you're just saying the Second Amendment's stupid. And like, look, man, our conflicts in the Middle East and our conflicts in Vietnam prove that it's not. We were literally held at bay by a civilian populace, mostly civilian populace, not a uniformed military of people with rifles and pistols and handguns and homemade explosive devices. If you don't think the American people can jury rig some crazy shit or even crazier shit, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like, you have some crazy fucks that live in America, right? Between people like the Boogaloo Boys, the Proud Boys, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all these people, you think they don't have some kind of... You think these people won't make homemade explosives, that they won't make all sorts of really bad, messed up stuff? Like, come on, man. Like, you can't be serious. You got people openly talking about making thermite on the internet. You got people openly talking about making plastic explosives and IEDs on the internet. You don't have to go far. You can go to Facebook. You can look up Boogaloo Boys pages on Facebook, and they'll teach you how to drill the third hole in a lower receiver of an AR-15 to make it fully automatic or some shit. Like, if you really think an armed American resistance will not exceed what your expectations for are, you're wrong. That's why I just say, like, please, if you're a civilian and you don't trust the government, keep your guns, buy ammo. Don't get crazy, but just hold on to it. Don't go inciting violence. Don't do anything stupid. And if you're the government and you work in the government, you should probably start listening. You start paying attention to history. Start paying attention to the situation around you, because it's not going to go in your favor. I'm sorry, it's not. You're going to lose a lot of people trying to fight your own civilians. And that's my main issue with what he said. Then you have General Mark Milley goes woke, the chief of staff for the Army chief of staff, General Mark Milley, a four-star general, is pretty much like saying, like, what's wrong with being woke, man? I'm sorry, that was a Joe Biden impersonation. I apologize. But he's like, well, what's wrong with being woke? I want to understand white rage and how it caused January 6th. I don't think January 6th was caused by white rage. I think January 6th was caused by people who are just genuinely sick and tired of the government, of the establishment, political corruption. They saw a guy like Joe Biden get elected, who, again, when at the time he was saying, I've been in politics for 47 years. Well, that's 47 years you should not have been in politics, but I would say that's like 40 years past what you should have been allowed at most. Because the fact that you've been in it for decades is just like, why are you still here, dude? You're telling me you've been in politics since essentially your 20s, and you're almost 80 years old. Like, dude, no. So, you know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff. I think that's how you got Donald Trump in the first place. You got people that are like, fuck the establishment government, screw these politicians that have been here forever. We want an outsider. We want a new guy. We want someone who's not at all affiliated with the system, and that's how you get Donald Trump. That's how you get these populist movements, these right and left populist movements. The difference in the right and left populist movement is that Bernie Sanders was the left populist, but he was still part of the system. But he was just a very different part of the system when he first campaigned. Now he's full on. He's gone full shill for the government. I don't know, but here's my thing, okay? And I say it probably more than I should for someone who hated the Army as much. I was in the Army for 5 years. Our job is not to be a social experiment, right? I don't care if you're trans, black, white, gay, fucking identify as an Apache attack helicopter. You could probably use more of that support. But you can't... This is not where you go. This is not where you go to seek your validation. This is where you go to prove yourself, right? Like, you're not supposed to come back from freaking basic training and be like, oh, all these are microaggressions. No. Not microaggressions. You should be, what is it? Would it be technically macroaggressions? Or like, instead of this passive aggressive crime, it should be active aggression. You should be learning how to kill the enemy and take their soul. You shouldn't be, well, Mom and Dad, I learned in basic training that you're what is it? You're unconsciously racist. You're you're a part of the patriarchy, the white patriarchy. It's like, dude, stop, please stop now. Because could you imagine? And they made a joke about this on Timcast IRL with the guy from the Daily Wire, Michael Knowles, more conservative pundit, but he made a really funny joke. Could you imagine the drill sergeant or the drill instructor getting in your face, like, excuse me, Private, did I just hear you make a microaggression? What? So, I think that's, it's just, you look at it that way, it's comedic, but like the fact that might actually happen is kind of scary. Or we're no longer learning to be a profession of arms or a uniform of arms. It's more about social experimentation, social validation, rather than you're a uniformed military in a profession of arms. Your job is to literally murder the enemy or support the people that are murdering the enemy. You're supposed to be supporting the trigger pullers, the door kickers, the guys who are going to actually make shit happen in combat against the enemy, not, oh, I need my validation, with that one commercial. I learned to be a strong woman by my 2 gay moms taking me to pride parades as a child. I was like, well, I guess good for you. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
We will see.
Yeah, like, it shouldn't be, like, if you're trans, you're black, you're white, you're gay, who cares, right? You're a man, you're a woman. It does not matter what you are. Here's what matters. Can you carry your weight? Can you do the job you were assigned to do, or that you even chose to do in the Army? You get a choice when you're in the fucking Army. Most of the time, you might not have it, so but you do get to kind of pick. You get to kind of steer the direction of your military career in more ways than you would think. So the fact that that's allowed, and focus on doing your job, carry the weight, do what you need to do, support the unit, support the military, support the mission. And your off time, if you want to go to pride parades, if you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do with your free time, you have every right to do so. But it should not be the focus of the military to pander to this type of shit. And the pander to the people that are these Starbucks activists, these Starbucks communists, that say capitalism is bad, and then they tweet that from their iPhone while they sip on a $10, caramel mocha latte, whatever the fuck they drink. I mean, salted caramel mocha coffee is pretty fucking delicious, so I use that one. But it doesn't make sense. College is one thing. Like, college is like the free exchange of ideas, okay? That's exactly what college is. College is supposed to be the free market, the open marketplace of ideas. That's what they called it. That's where you can talk about this shit. But not the military. The military is shut up, do what you're told, kill the enemy. Kill the enemy, hear the lamentations of their women, their loved ones, their whoever, and do what you have to do. But that's all you can do. It's just something. Yeah, it's all you're meant to do in the military, right? If you don't believe me, you can ask your dad. He was in the Navy for a minute. You can ask anybody that was in the military. Ask Joe Orr. Ask any of the people we know that spent time in the military. It's not what it's meant to be. So I'm worried about this next. I'm worried about what could happen while this is what our chief of staff's saying. And then this next one is we've got legitimate threats of possible armed conflict, if not outright war, with countries like China and Russia, right? So you've got China moving in on Taiwan with the intent to take Taiwan. You've got Russia wanting to take Ukraine. There was an English warship, United Kingdom warship of some type. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were just taking supplies someplace. They weren't like on an actual combat mission. But they were taking supplies one place, and they kind of were in the Black Sea, which is Russian territory for those that don't know, and they got shot at by Russian artillery or some sort of naval bombardment. And everyone was like, what happened? What is this? They almost got shot at by Russia. And UK comes out and says, oh, it was a training exercise. We're not going to acknowledge it. It wasn't a threat. Russia turns around and says, no, it was a threat. Stay the fuck out of our waters or we're going to actually bomb you. And the UK turns around and says, we're going to ignore that. It's like, how are you going to ignore that? That was a legitimate threat of war against your military. And not only that, like a show of force. Mm-hmm. And so we've got world leadership that does not want to attack Russia, does not want to attack China, does not want to stand up for their own national interests or do anything of the sort. And our leadership is in shambles. We don't have any actual leadership. I don't know, man. It does not look good. I read these types of things, I hear these types of things, and I'm a little bit concerned. I will be completely honest with you. I'm a drill bit concerned. I'm worried about what's going to happen to us and what's going to happen to our military and what's going to happen to our allies. And I just think we're doing a shit job. And I know last time we were on, we talked about things like Thucydides' trap and Strauss-Howe generational theory, and it looks like we're right on track for another war. And I think this time it's going to be with China, and it's going to be with Russia, because you also have China saying that if we investigate the Wuhan lab leak theory, if we investigate the Wuhan Institute of Virology, they're going to prepare for nuclear war with the U.S.? Because that's what innocent people say, right? Like, you get accused of a very major thing, and you say, if you try to find me guilty, I'll kill you. Okay, that's what normal, sane, innocent people say, correct? Like,
Yeah.
so, I don't know, man. I think by 2030, if we're not in some major conflict by 2030, we're on track to be. It's scary. I don't want it because I don't want my friends that are still in the military to die. I don't want to get that call. I mean, if I do, I'll do it. But I don't want to get that call that says, "You're being recalled back to the United States Army, son. We need you to fight a war." And I'll be like, wonderful. Okay. You make my peace and go off to fight an actual nation state and an actual uniformed military with capabilities nearing ours.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I'll make sure to have a kick-ass barbecue or something in case I don't make it out of the war, but before I leave. And I'll probably sleep with as many women as I possibly can before I leave. That'll be the plan.
That's totally up
I'm
to
kidding
you.
when I say that. Obviously, I have a girlfriend I am exclusively involved with. At least the sleeping with as many women part. I will probably try to host a kick-ass barbecue or something. Bring everyone I know back to Texas for like a weekend of debauchery and heavy binge drinking. But no, man, it is concerning, and I think you're going to see a lot of it. And if we go to war with a major nation state like China, with Russia, even with Iran or North Korea, I mean, they still have a uniformed military. They still have nuclear, if not near nuclear capabilities, and that's just something that we need to be getting on the ball about. And we're not doing any progress to try and get ahead with this type of stuff. We're just like, well, if it happens, no. We need to get ahead of it before it happens. That's kind of the problem. That's where we fucked up before with thinking that just trying to be a little bit proactive is going to be enough
ongoing
to stop
cycle.
this. Well, it is, and the problem is that the ongoing cycle does not seem to have an end, right?
No.
I mean,
Keep happening no matter what.
We're still in the Middle East. Why are we still in the Middle East? Why have we not prioritized what's our end goal with the Middle East? Why did we not make a mission and say, hey, once we accomplish this, we're fucking leaving? And now we're saying we can't leave because the minute we leave, the Taliban or Al Qaeda or ISIS is going to rise back up and be like, all right, Americans are gone. All right, let's ravage and storm all the shit they left behind, and let's take the region back. And it's going to turn into that kind of crap again. It's just the way it is, and it's a nasty cycle. But I don't know how to end it without total, just I don't want to call it potentially genocide. You just end things with massive surges of violence. It's not going to actually stop anything. You're gonna stop it for about a wave or two, a generational wave, and then you're gonna have more people be like, "Oh, I'm here to avenge my father," and they're gonna be like, "Well, we're going to kill you." Dude, what the fuck? So, I don't know. I look at these things and I'm like, I'm a little concerned. So, that's more or less what I got for today. I know I went heavy on the politics, I went heavy on the news, but the stuff that actually seems like it has real tangible consequences for what could happen and on the political and international geopolitical theater does kind of I feel like it warrants mention. So
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Anyway,
Little rant.
I did. I had to go on a rant. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I covered all of my topics though in like one really long rant though, so I feel like I did it. I feel like I was at least productive about it.
That is a good thing because we have to cut it short and get going.
Yeah. Well, did y'all have anything left to finish with, or no?
No, I got nothing
No.
else. Everything else was
All right.
covered at the beginning.
Yep. Well, again, today's coffee shout out. We're not sponsored. Chimera Coffee, Kimera. It's good. It's got powerful nootropics. It helps you stay focused. It doesn't give you the jitters. I particularly think it's a good, delicious brand of coffee. And today's Alcoholism of the Week is brought to you by Knob Creek. 100 proof, 50% alcohol by content whiskey. Good stuff. Tastes great. Very smooth. Very, very strong kick. So be careful if you have been easing up on the booze intake. Make sure you're not going crazy with it. I would say if you like it and you try any of these things out, tell me what you think. Otherwise, I don't know, man. It's a short episode. We didn't have Matt today. Matt's smoking a brisket, smoking his meat log. Um,
Doing
but
his
he'll be
thing.
back hopefully. Yeah, he'll be back next weekend, I hope, and we'll get into it. But if you guys got nothing, is there any real quick? Is it for the it's Mark Hoppus, right? The one you said is caught cancer.
Yes.
Is there any sort of place they can go on the internet or where they can? I don't know if they have anything to try and support what he's doing. I'm sure he doesn't need the money, but does he have? Is there anything anywhere you can go online to support him? As far as
No,
if they want to
I
make
don't.
donations or send messages.
There was a way on
Um,
one of the radio stations that they were doing something a couple days ago where they would send him an hour worth of audio of people saying how they are wishing him.
Wishing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also they made like an hour of all Blink 182 requests for songs, which is nice.
Yes, I
That's pretty
enjoyed
cool.
that very much.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But other than that,
All right,
I haven't
and
heard
then,
any like GoFundMe pages or anything.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a thing or not. All right. Well, unless there's anything else, I'm trying to think what else there might be worth mentioning. Knob Creek Whiskey, Chimera Coffee. I don't know whatever's going on with anything else. Maybe other product shout outs we want to give, or are we just kind of like chilling?
I don't have any products today.
No,
No.
nothing.
Not like you.
Nothing today.
Well, I will give one more shout out. It's a second coffee brand. I've shouted out before. We've got the Dixon over here. You've got, Mr. Dixon in the background. You've got the kitty cats. If you like good coffee and you want to support animals in shelters and animals getting spayed and neutered properly and getting medication, getting food in shelters and whatnot, and make sure they go to No Kill Shelters, support Grounds and Hounds Coffee Company. I know they don't. It says Grounds and Hounds. I believe they also do things to help cats. They're big on animal and dog rescue, and they stop dog fighting. They're big. That's one of their big missions. They stop dog fighting. They provide rehabilitation for dogs. I know Matt would have a connection, but they do. They're a big supporter of pit bulls. And if you don't like pit bulls, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Go get one and stop listening to what other people say about pit bulls. Get your own and develop your own opinion, I guess. Because I know me and Matt got into it. He's like, "Oh, pit bulls are so violent. They're so aggressive." Like, no, they're not. That's always the trainer. Every single dog breed is always the trainer. That's just a lame excuse for people that can't handle dogs. I can't handle my pit bull. Well, here's you suck.
Yeah,
But
everyone
they're a
has
good
their own thing.
cause and good coffee. So I figured that would be enough to get some support. Yeah, just go to their website, Google Grounds and Hounds, Google Chimera Coffee, or go to your liquor store and grab some Knob Creek whiskey. With that being said, we'll just do our outros. I have been Donut081893.
I've been Lord of the Reams.
And I have been your voice inside your head, just in time for TV.
What the fuck? All right, Austin, take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for today's podcast. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channels and Twitch channels as well. I'll be posting this later on YouTube. Everyone have a good night. See y'all later.
Drive safe, drink water, and we'll be back next weekend for episode 23, or the Michael Jordan episode.
Yeah. Have a good
Hell
day. Have
yeah.
a good day, everybody.
All right, y'all have a good
Bye.
one. Take it easy. I'll catch y'all later.